What's up, y'all? You're listening to Husker Hype Radio. Listen and subscribe on Apple, Spotify, and YouTube. And if you're looking for more fun, head on over to Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter and follow us at Husker Hype Radio.
All right, folks. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to episode 36 of the Husker Hype Radio podcast. Guys, I'm Eddie Rosenthal. Today we're joined with Aaron Worsfold. Apparently, E-Rock's too busy cranking his shit. He can't get a hold of E-Rock. He's just beating his shit. He can't stop beating his shit, I guess. So if you guys got E-Rock's number, go ahead, text E-Rock, tell him to stop beating his shit. Or should we just get out his number right here? Should we leak E-Rock's number?
Yeah.
We won't do that.
We won't do that.
But seriously, something's wrong with the kid. Straight to voicemail. I hope he's okay.
Yeah.
But you know what? We got a podcast to do. And as much as E-Rock is a help to it, we can do it without him. We did it for what? 30, 20, 28 episodes without him?
Yeah.
Fuck, dude.
Whatever, we don't need E-Rock. We love him, but God forbid. It's just sometimes when it's just Ed and Aaron, how it started, it's good to have a change every now and then.
It's good to come back. Yeah, it's good. It's good to get back to where we started from. Anyways, let's get right into it, folks. Today we will be reviewing and grading the 2023 Nebraska Blackshirt defense. A lot more exciting. I feel like this one will be a lot more exciting than the last one because that offense, not too fucking good. That defense, however, holy shit, baby. Man, woman, and child, did that put him in the fucking aisle. I'm fucking pumped up about this one, Aaron. Honestly, just pumped myself up saying that shit. I forgot how fucking cold, how fucking stellar this defense was.
I love it, Eddie. Bring the fucking energy. It's just like the defense. Like you said, it's going to be way better than the offense. I think we rated them a fucking D overall, so this will be a lot better. Oh, let's get into it. I'm ready, dude. Let's fucking do it.
Just a couple of pre-game grade notes first, folks. Some Husker news that is going on right now. Just announced today, ladies and gentlemen, Glenathy Thomas is now the quarterback's coach / co-offensive coordinator. Very interesting tidbit there at the end, folks. A lot of when this news got released a day ago, it was that Glenn Thomas will come in as a quarterback's coach. Now the title co-offensive coordinator is on there, and that kind of brings up some questions, Aaron. What do you think about that?
My first thing is I don't know this guy from a hole in the wall. I'm worried because the Steelers' offense fucking sucked this year. And he's an analyst for the Steelers. But another thing we always say, Eddie, and rule we trust, I'm fine with it. And we'll be good.
I mean, let's think about this last year when we picked up Tony White. We go 3-3-5 defense in the Big Ten. I don't know. Well, that worked out pretty well. He's hiring all these young guys. Rob Dvoracek, linebackers coach. Who the fuck is he? Linebackers were pretty fucking good this year. So, like you said, Aaron, all we got to say is in Rule we trust. He did coach with Rule previously at Baylor and Temple, offensive coordinator at ASU for a little bit of a stint. And I think 2012 to 2014 or 16, he was part of the Falcons offense, either quarterback coach or some sort of analyst role. That's when they had Matt Ryan. So, I mean,
I'll tell you what, if I'm Marcus Satterfield, I'm a little worried about it because that makes me feel like my role's diminished a little bit, and you're getting paid that much. And if you don't produce, you're getting paid that much, man. You're on the hot seat. I hate to say it. It's the next season hasn't started yet, but that's why I think.
Right, you're kind of bringing in what Rule was last year, offensive coordinator and quarterback coach, and basically replacing him. Satterfield's going to be coaching the tight ends now. So probably bringing Josh Martin back to an analyst role. But like you said, Aaron, it is going to be a little interesting in how the play calling goes. Who's going to call the plays? Is it going to be Satterfield or the new guy Martin? Very interesting. And pretty much, I mean, with Dylan Raiola coming in and Daniel Kalen, you want a guy who can develop these guys. They got the talent, but they need to be able to have a good quarterback coach behind him. So hopefully Matt Rule This is another one of those tricks up his sleeve, and he shows the nation why Glenn Thomas was the right hire for Nebraska.
Mm-hmm. Amen, brother.
What else? No, and let's talk a little bit about Dana Holgerson. There was kind of some rumors he was at Nash Hutmacher's wrestling match, and a lot of people thought that he might be the guy that Rule brought in. But people are kind of saying with his contract at Houston that if he gets a new job as a coach, that his
salary's offsets. They don't have to pay him as much as they would if he didn't have a job.
Right. So it would be if he still does come more as an analyst role. We'll see. But we had a little text chain going on, E-Rock, Aaron, and I. And E-Rock said, I don't know, you don't want too many head chefs in the kitchen. Yep. So if we got 3 guys who have, both ran offenses, that might be a little much. And I almost doubt it now that Dana's going to be coming in.
Yeah, I feel like it could have been one of those things where both the guys came to Lincoln and met with Rule or whatever, and then just turned out that Dana's like, all right, never mind.
Right. Yeah. Or Dana's like, what?
Whatever happened.
I'm getting a check every month from Houston. Why do I need to fucking coach? I can just sit back and bore a boar with my wife and bang her on the sand. I don't need to be fucking in Lincoln, Nebraska.
Yeah, no, I agree completely. And a guy that's been a head coach a few different places, it'd be interesting to see him take an analyst job compared to this Glenn Thomas fellow. Kind of has been like a journeyman of sorts, a lot of different hats at a lot of different places, so he can kind of plug and play, and not go for a full-time OC or a coordinator or head coach.
Yeah, and Holgerson's not an old guy either. He's not like Mark Whipple age to where he's relatively probably around the same age as Rule. So yeah, we'll see with that. What else? We got the Polynesian Bowl coming up this Sunday. 3 players in that. We got Dylan Raiola, Carter Nelson, and Preston Tamu, Hawaiian guy, number 1 player in the state of Hawaii, going to the Big Red. Let's rebuild that Hawaiian pipeline to Nebraska. You want those big Samoan dudes on the line. Go Big Red.
Go Big Red. Are you sure it's on Sunday? Oh, it's on Friday the 19th. I'm going to be watching that. That's Hawaii time, 4 p.m. Okay. I don't know what time that is my time.
So it's probably 10 a.m. maybe. I don't fucking know.
Wait,
I forget.
No, we'd be in front of them. If it's 4 p.m. there, it's 10 p.m. here.
True. Interesting. It's on the NFL Network. I know that. Should we get into it?
I'm ready when you are, bro. Oh, well, actually, hey, pro Big Red, Trey Palmer woke up pissed off. Levante David, 2 Huskers playing for the Bucks. I think that's my sleeper team for the NFL. That's my 2 cents right there.
Dude, I would love to see Baker hoist up a fucking Super Bowl trophy, dude. Because he's one of us. Baker is one of us.
Yes.
He drinks beers after the game, fucking parties hard, goes out, wins a Super Bowl.
Well, he's married to a woman from Omaha, and he comes here for holidays, so he might as well be a Nebraskan himself, damn it.
Yeah, he's honorary Husker.
Yes.
He's an honorary Husker, even though he played for the fucking Sooners. One more thing we gotta talk about before we get into this defense. Casey Thompson, folks, commits to Oklahoma.
That was a shocker.
Who the fuck has played? Nobody ever in the history has played for Nebraska, Oklahoma, and Texas.
That was weird when I saw that. That was really weird when I saw that.
Man. And is he gonna start? Is he gonna fight for the starting job, which he could have done at Nebraska last year? That's what I kind of seem that it is. I feel like he's not guaranteed a starting spot at Oklahoma,
I don't know. Dylan Gabriel. I have no idea what's going on in Oklahoma either, but when I just saw Casey Thompson to Oklahoma, I thought it was one of those ball sack sports reports.
Right. Well, Dylan Gabriel transferred to Oregon.
Right. So who's left at Oklahoma is
they got General Booty. They got General Booty.
Okay. But he's been there for a couple of years. I feel like if he was a starter by now, he'd be the fucking guy. So they're bringing in at least competition for buddy.
But dude, yeah, also in today's day and age would be the only time that happens where you start at Texas and then go play for their 2 arguably biggest rivals in history.
Right.
Nebraska and Oklahoma.
Right.
It's just fucking weird to me, dude. And I don't know, like
Oh, and actually, one more thing because we definitely didn't. I don't think we talked about this last week with Nick Saban retiring. We talked about him retiring, right? But we didn't talk
yeah, we
about
did.
Kalen. We didn't talk about Kalen DeBoer getting the job. So that means the Arizona coach is going to Washington. The
Washington,
Washington coach is going to Alabama, and then Chuba Purdy transferred to San Jose State, and the San Jose State coach is going to
Arizona.
Arizona. So
I
Chuba's
know,
without a
dude.
coach.
Dude, and did you see, Roll Tide Willie, folks? If you don't know
Yeah.
Roll Tide Willie, you got to go on Roll Tide Willie Instagram. It's a 3-part series of Willie being devastated. And I feel so bad for him, but it's the funniest shit that I've seen in a while, dude.
I don't
He,
know, dude. Roll Tide Willie just is a different cat.
dude, if we're Husker hype, Roll Tide Willie is fucking Alabama. I like. I'd love to meet him, dude. I think he'd be great on the pod.
Drink a beer with Roll Tide Willie.
Yeah, get drunk with Willie and rate a couple of beers. All right, let's get into it. The 2023 Black Shirt defense. Ha 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 ha. We're coming for you. All right, Aaron. Couple of stats. Go ahead, start us off with what we got, and then I think we'll go ahead and head into position by position, grade
Yeah.
them, MVPs for each position, and then an overall grade.
Okay. I mean, you got to set the tone with just saying that this team, and I didn't know this until I was doing this more research, is that we were ranked overall in total defense number 11 in the nation.
Boom, bitch.
Almost a top 10 defense in the nation. And then, I mean, I don't want to get ahead of myself to talk about next year because we're talking about 2023 year, but that just puts a smile on my fucking face, dude. I'll tell you that right
Yeah,
now.
that's room for improvement. We're not the best
Right.
yet, but hey, we're only 10 spots away from number one.
And then obviously, like from my perspective, and we talked about it all year, the highlight of the defense was the rush defense, 92 rush yards allowed. That's third in the Big Ten. I didn't see what that was in the nation. And then our pass defense was kind of suspect at times, 210 per
Yes.
game.
Yes, I agree with that. A stat that I liked a lot was 18.3
Yes.
points allowed a game, fifth in the
Yes.
Big Ten, 17th in the nation. Aaron, I feel like you say, hey, this team that played against Nebraska put up 18 points. So if you're fucking sane, you go, oh, so Nebraska won, right? You go, no, they didn't. No, we lost by a field goal. We lost 13-10 by a field goal. We lost in overtime. Our offense turned the ball over 5 fucking times. 18.3 points a game is more than enough to fucking win a football game. Your defense is doing their job there, is what I take away from that.
Yeah. And if you throw away the Michigan loss, don't throw it away. I mean, they're the national champions. They scored 45. Everybody else scored 17 or less. Nobody else scored 20 or higher.
Right. That's a little outlier there. That
Yeah.
would be something that you do in 5th grade math class. You see that score and you go, maybe take it out of the average, I agree. So we got 32 sacks, 4th in Big Ten. I like that number.
Mm-hmm.
I like that number. That's a good number. 14 turnovers. There's kind of something that I think maybe the biggest thing that the defense needs to improve on for next year. We touched on this, I think maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago, is get more turnovers, turn the ball over more, give our offense better field position. For those bozos on the other side who, like to turn it over a lot. I love those guys, but they were being a little bit of a bozos last year.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully next year it's not going to matter because Dylan Raiola is going to fucking come out, touchback, score it every single drive, which is what I envision in my head. Anyways, defense, you're better if you have more turnovers.
Yeah. I think you're like a top 8-7 team if you have 5 more turnovers.
Right.
At
Right.
least, you know.
5 fumbles recovered, 9 interceptions. 9 interceptions isn't too bad.
No.
I think an interception every game is good. We played 12 games this year, so not horrible. I think we had a couple in 2 games. But 0 pick sixes. And that's something that I'd like to see. That I mean, a pick six, dude, that really gets you going, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, uh, uh, as you guys know, familiar with the broadcast, a Husker touchdown is a fireball shot. Anything maybe like an interception or a something on the defense is a beer shotgun. So you combine those two, interception and a touchdown, that's a shotgun and a fireball shot. And that's just a lot more electric than one of them. So I just hope that we get more shotgun fireball shots next year.
Did
You
we
know,
get any points on defense this year? I don't think we did, Eddie. Did
I
we got
mean
no?
the Quint. If we want to count special teams, Quentin Newsom, his return after the
Yeah,
block field
but we're
goal.
not going to kill. But just straight up defense, no, I don't think we did. And you couldn't. We only had one special teams touchdown, which is the one you're referring to. Or,
No, and no scooping scores that I
nope.
can remember off the top of my head. Yeah, we did it, man.
Yeah, I was trying to
And
find
that,
the stat. I didn't find it, so I think it's a 0.
yeah, it's 0. Um, so I mean, ranked number 11th in total defense, LFG. Any other stats that really that you like a lot, or
Resignate. No, those are the main ones overall. Maybe as we get into some players here, but no, overall, that's probably all I got for now.
okay? Let's start with the D line, baby. Defensive line for the 2023 Nebraska Blackshirts, led by Terrence Hot Roast Knighton. Folks, Terrence Knighton played at Temple for Matt Rule, went on to go in the NFL, have a great career, won a Super Bowl with the Broncos, coached with Matt Rule at the Carolina Panthers. Now he landed his first season at Nebraska along with Coach Rule. What a fucking unit these boys were this season, baby. Fire me up. Fire me the fuck up. Holy shit. Tons of players on there, man. Probably the big two. The guys in the valley, Polar Bear, Nash Huntmacher, T-Rob, Ty Robinson. Those guys held it down at the nose guard position. A ton of other players too, man. James Williams came in, made an impact. Only played 4 games, so he redshirted that last season. Any names that you liked a lot?
I like Ken Winhart, young dude coming in. Um, Elijah Judy Princewell. I mean, like you said, this unit, I think they exceeded expectations this year.
Yes. Yes. I mean, this was, I don't know if I want to say the best unit out of the linebackers, defensive backs, and D line, but they weren't the least best.
That's
Say
true.
that.
And I feel like just like the did we mention 32 sacks, fourth in the Big Ten, 76 tackles for loss. It's 28th in the nation, and a lot of those are going to come from those dudes for the most part.
And here's the thing, dude. Every guy on that line, nobody's fucking gone. T Rob, he said, I'm coming back. I'm hungry. I want some. Give me some. Nash, he's coming back. He's wrestling right now, but he's coming back. And then we got Cam Lenhart, true freshman this year. Prince Will, true freshman this year. Elijah Judy, Texas A&M transfer. He's going to be a dog. Riley Van Poppel, true freshman, but he redshirted. So he's got 4 more years, dude. It's fucking insane. Like this is a young line along with the rest of the fucking defense. The future's bright, man. Grade.
Mhm.
What do you give this? What's the grade?
Damn, brother. I think I'm gonna get like I'm stuck, dude, because this one feels like a big range for me. I feel like I think
B.
B. Yeah, I was gonna say like I'm between like a B and a B plus probably.
I like B. I think just because we got to strive for greatness, and we got to get those. We got to sack the quarterback a little more. I feel like there was a couple of games. Maybe it might have been the offensive game plan that didn't help too much, but sacks. There was times where we had 5, 6 sacks in a game, and then other times where we had 0, maybe
0
1.
against worse teams. Yeah, you're right.
Right. So I feel like these guys, they're going to be more hungry next year and be dogs and room for improvement. Just like
Mhm.
we're being the 11th best team in the nation and on defense, let's improve on that D line and be better next year.
Mhm.
Um, All right. Defensive backs. Let's move there. Led by assistant coach Evan Cooper, another guy who played at Temple played at Temple for Matt Rule. Not a Actually, he does have a lot of coaching experience. I think he's been coaching for over a decade now, but I'm not too good on his resume. This is the position where the leading tackler came from, Isaac Gifford, 86 total tackles. Behind him was Javen Wright, but we have him listed as a linebacker. Guys, DBs, like I was saying earlier, Aaron, we're the 11th best defense in the nation, but one needs to improve the most. It's going to be the defensive backs.
Yeah. Yeah, we alluded to that when we were talking about the pass defense earlier. And I think we're kind of a broken record here, but for those joining Husker Hype Radio, it was always just those weird times when they'd find random pockets where it felt like we're not having great coverage, or we're playing like a weird zone, and they're just like finding space between the defenders.
Right. And I felt like broadcasting a lot. I mean, I'm not the coach, I'm not the defensive coordinator, so I don't know, but they were giving guys a lot of space a lot of times. And I don't know if that was something that they were doing on purpose, but I feel like if we got some dogs back there, I mean, Tommy Hill graded one of the highest in Pro Football Focus, top 10 defensive back grade. He's a dog, dude, so he can lock anybody down, and he's proven that. So I just wonder why we're not pressing as much. And again, here, only one guy gone from this defensive back unit, Quentin Newsome. So, and Phelan Sanford as well, but he kind of came in late for Deshaun Singleton after an injury. But Deshaun is back. Marquise Buford's back, and his brother's going to be back. His brother's going to be here, the Buford Bros.
Beaver Bros.
And then we got Tommy Hill and Blyle Hill. You already know, boy. Isaac Gifford. Let's go.
And a Boodle brother.
Boodle, too.
Yeah.
Let's go, bro. Evan Cooper, defensive backs. These boys are going to get it. They're going to make more interceptions next year. I want to see fucking pick six. Aaron, who you fucking think's going to get the most pick six next year? Because I know we're not just going to have one. We're going to have multiple. Who has the most pick six next year?
I think you got to say Tommy Hill. Proven track record. Nose for the ball.
I'm going to go Marquise. Marquise going to be
that's
crazy
a good one
next year, bro.
He's fucking back. God damn, he seems like
yes.
he's been around forever. He's ever since he came back from injury, dude. He was playing lights out. That's a good one there, Ed.
Yeah, and let's not forget about Deshaun Singleton either, coming back and playing safety. I mean, he was really good at run defense. He came down there and laid the hammer a few times playing run defense. And Gifford, I mean, leading tackler, 86. You know that dude can go downhill as well. He's like a little Nathan Gary. He reminds you of Nathan Gary a little bit.
See, that's a guy that probably won't get like the pick, but he's a dude that's gonna muck it up and hopefully get like a couple fumbles, forced fumbles this year.
Yeah, yeah. The boys are going to be hitting hard on the secondary. I already know it. Grade for this year, 2023, defensive backs led by Coach Evan Cooper.
Is a C- too steep? Is a C- too steep?
The first thing
I'm not going to give him a D.
No. I think I'd go C or C plus. C- is steep. And I mean, if we look at,
I think my reasoning for that is when you look at like a beautiful woman and then she's got a mole on her face, and you're like, damn, if you didn't have that mole on your face, you'd be really cute, girl. That's how I feel about the DBs.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. They do just got that one little flaw where it's like, fuck.
Yeah.
You guys were damn good, but you fucked up a couple of times, and I can't forget about that, you know?
Yeah.
Like you did, like, yeah, it's that Austin Powers mole. 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 You just can't get it out of your head.
Yeah.
It's a very good analogy, Aaron. The defensive backs had a mole this year that we couldn't look past. So with that, we're gonna give them a C.
Oh yeah, C's good. I like C.
So B for the defensive line, C for the defensive backs. And let's go to the final position here, folks. The linebackers, led by Coach Rob Dvoracek. Is this a you and I guy? Am I not mistaken?
Oh, I'll look it up while you give
I
us some
think your
info
boy's a
here.
you and I guy, man. I think he's a Panther.
Dude, that name though, he just looks like a dude that used to wear just a fucking neck brace, one of those neck pads, and just
Yeah.
crush some guys.
He hit him hard, and I'll tell you what, he's smart too. Folks, this year, Nebraska linebackers overall scored the third highest grade among 151 FBS teams. We're the third best linebacker core in the fucking nation. We are the third best linebacker core in the nation. And Rob Dvoracek, he's a young guy. This is the guy that if Tony White leaves for a head coaching job, I could very well see him taking the defensive coordinator spot. Rob Dvoracek, ladies and gentlemen, remember the name.
I didn't know that we were the third highest grading for linebacking groups. That's pretty badass.
Very badass.
And I mean, like, I hate to say it, Reimer, Heinrich, those guys are gone. They're the heart and soul of the defense. I would say a lot of all the specials were on them. They were kind of probably the focal points or captains or whatever you want to call it. What I'm interested
Who's
to
got
see.
the second biggest nose on the team, man? It better be a linebacker because we're gonna miss that snout that Reimer had, you know?
Fucking Lois
Boy,
Griffin knows her under her.
boy had a fucking honker. He'll find that football even if it's in between a pile of 12 stinky men. Yeah, we'll miss Reimer, man. Nick Heinrich, he's gone as well. The guy we forgot to mention, Aaron, I just saw you, Omar Brown. He's going to be gone too. Omar
Okay.
Brown is
Yeah, I
where
thought he was good. So he was a UNI boy.
defensive back. Was Dvoracek? Did you see
No,
that?
he went to Temple. He didn't coach at
Okay.
UNI either.
So Matt Rule just has trust in his former players, man. He said, and
Yeah,
and
put him on.
very makes sense because this young coach, I already said it. I'm not going to say it again. But yeah, this linebacker core, very good. Rotated a lot of guys in there. John Bullock stepped in a lot when both Reimer and Heinrich were gone. Didn't really see a difference of play when JB came in. He's a dog, Omaha guy. Javen Wright.
Mm-hmm.
You know what's really interesting is that he has the number 2 tackles on the team with 51. And Javen Wright, I know he's a good player, 2 interceptions as well, but he's kind of a dark horse almost where he just is in on a lot of tackles, huh?
Yep, I was gonna say that. I feel like he's kind of an unsung hero kind of guy that gets lost amongst the noise.
Yeah. So Javen Wright, he's a big name to look out for. MJ Sherman.
I want to hear more. I
Transfer.
want to hear more out of him this coming up here.
Yeah, I do too. I think well, and then also kind of there's a couple of guys that intersected in between the D line and the linebackers. Like we had Prince Well, who played off the line and on as well. Chief Borders did the same. Blaze Gunnerson too. So I mean, there's just so many dogs on this team, and from this linebacker core, only 2 guys gone out of all the names I just listed. Jamari motherfucking Butler, team sack leader, 5.5. I think he's a sophomore, maybe a junior next year. I don't even know, bro, but it's sick. And then we got Stephon Thompson next year too, Syracuse guy, who's going to be joining this linebacking core. A lot of experience. Dude,
Jamari Butler, sophomore out of Mobile, Alabama.
Okay. So Jamari's got 2 more years with us, dude. Let's go. Let's freaking go. But yeah, these guys are all dogs. What do you guys say, Aaron? Grade.
I mean, fuck, they're the number 3 core in the nation.
Kind of speaks for itself.
I feel like I gotta give him an A. That might seem high. I could maybe get persuaded for an A-, but I'm not going below an A-.
You're not going below an A-. You think these boys scored a 90 on the test?
Number 3 on the nation.
You think they scored a 90 on the test? I mean, that's high percentile.
Number 3 in the nation, Eddie.
But Aaron, I think it comes back to to turnovers. That's the mole on the cheek for Nebraska is
Oh,
the turnovers. And if you're a fucking
you-
big, if you're a linebacking core, dude, you're gonna be rolling up with no neck up to the line, or you're gonna
well,
be coming 8
well,
yards
this
back, and you're gonna
linebacker team
fucking
has two of the sack leaders and the number 2 interception person. I mean, they're fucking getting there. They got nose in the ball. They're
how,
creating
I mean,
turnovers.
yeah, we got nose to the ball, but we're not creating turnovers, man. Five
This group
fumbled
is though. If
recovered.
I'm saying just the linebackers, I'm giving okay. Now I feel like I got an A minus, but I'm not going below an A minus.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go B plus, high B.
You think that they play better or the same as the D line?
I think those two went hand in hand, and they played the same. I think that they played the same. I'm going to give the linebackers a B solely because of the reason that creating turnovers is so fucking important, and it's something that this defense really needs to work on, man. And I want to see fucking Jamari Butler just coming from behind on a USC's. We'll see this shit live. Just coming up and boom, uppercutting the ball out of his fucking hand. Fucking MJ Sherman coming up from up top. Boom! Ripping the ball like a fucking bear rips trout out of the water, dude.
All right, we'll average to a B plus. We'll meet in the middle. B plus for the
I want
linebackers.
to see fucking Chief Borders bite off a dude's fucking finger to get the football, dude. I want to see phalanges on the field. I want to see John Bullock snap somebody's fucking neck after the play, not even while it was going on.
All right.
After the play. I
All
want to see
right.
this linebacker core dirty as fuck, man. I want to see it. I want them to shed blood on their opponent. Soldiers shed lifeblood on their blade. They
And
need
then
to be highwaymen.
I love it. Let's
That's
move
my
on to
rant.
special teams. We got 7 minutes left here. Alvano, 100% on extra points, 60% from field goals.
Wait. Very quick. Overall defensive grade. Very quick.
Oh yeah.
Tony White's first
Well,
year.
we gave him a B plus, and a C.
So
I think that averages out to a B minus.
B minus. Yeah. B minus. Tony White, thank you for being a Husker. Thank you for not going to USC or.
I mean, a B
San
minus
Diego.
sounds low. I think a B.
I think
I'll
a
say
B.
B.
I like
B's
B.
good. B's good.
B's good. Okay. Now, folks, really quick here on to special teams. Even though it's a third of the game, I know that, but really, special teams, who gives a fuck about it? It's not that fun to talk about. We're Husker hype. We're trying to be hype. And special teams, honestly, like the offense, wasn't that fucking hype this year, dude.
Yeah, no.
Aaron, go ahead. Kicking.
Alvano, 100% for extra points, 27 for 27. He was 9 of 15 on field goals. Pretty dog shit. The part of the field that he struggled the most in was 40 yards to 49 yards. He was 2 for 7 there. So that's 5 misses of his 6 right there.
Dude, if you're a Nebraska football kicker, you got to be able to make those kicks, and I think that's what Matt Rule kind of thinks too, is that he's a true freshman, but that doesn't matter. Matt Rule gave him all this faith last year, and Alvano goes in there and just absolutely fucking shanks him.
Yeah, I will say the long of 55, that shows promise. Hopefully he can just stack wins this offseason and come back better next year.
Yep. And kicking, the game is, 80% mental. I'd say kicking, dude, is 99% mental for the kicker, bro.
Yeah.
It is that's the thing that you got to get past the most. And if you fuck up and you get that in your head for the rest of the season, over 45 yards, whatever, it's going to be hard to recover from that. So,
Alvano, let's grade Alvano. What do you grade him?
I'd grade him as a D plus.
I'll agree with whatever you say. Fun stats, quick. We had 4 block kicks. That's number 3 in the nation. 4 block kicks. And honestly, 2 of those came against Iowa, and those helped us stay in the game, and we still shit our pants.
And you know why those block kicks happen, right?
Section
16.
Because
your boys up in 16B, fucking were yelling block that kick, and we had the whole row all the way down yelling that shit. You probably heard it on Fox if you guys were listening. That was so lit.
That was so
I can't
lit.
believe we lost.
I know.
That's a good memory that will hold forever.
Yeah, I won't forget that one ever.
4 block kick. That's very good. Punting. This is an interesting one, kind of like Alvano. Buschini was either on or very, very, very off, you know?
Yeah, and he was
Um,
more disappointing just because of the season he had prior. I think he
right,
was all Big Ten, wasn't he? If I'm
right.
not
He had a
mistaken.
very good season last
Yeah.
year. Like, just I don't think any punt was bad last year for Buschini, and this year he had a couple of questionable ones. Um, just like Alvano, dude. I hope that he's coming back, right?
Alvano, yeah. Alvano's on scholarship. I feel
Buschini,
like
Buschini.
I think Bushini was a senior this year.
I think I don't know. But anyways, yeah, look that up, please,
But I
Aaron.
haven't heard about us taking anybody else. Oh, but she's a fucking junior, dude. He's back for one more year, bro.
Oh, he's back, baby.
All
Sick.
right. We're Team
Sick.
Bushini, baby.
Let's ride that Bushini train.
We're
I'm riding
big
the
Bushini
Alvano train
boys.
too. We just got a kicker, dude. This is kind of a badass name. He's not a Nebraska native, but his name is Nico Ottomanelli. He's an
Oh,
Italian boy from New York.
he's
Nico
he
Ottomanelli.
he's not from Nebraska. That sounds like a Nebraska name.
It kind of does a little bit, yeah.
No, it does. It sounds like if someone straight from like freaking Italy.
He is. He's Italian.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ottomanelli. Nico
Um,
Ottomanelli for three.
we one stat that blew my mind. We punted for 196 yards a game, dude. That's 40 yards per punt.
But is that good, or are we punting too much?
That's
Is
probably
50?
too much.
Yeah, we're punting too much, I think. Like, that's kind of the thing with special teams. You gotta decipher, is do we want to be on the field that much to where we have this much fucking shit or not,
So we average 4.8 punts a game. I mean, if we only have like the ball, how many times you have the ball game? 8 to 10,
Right.
maybe 8 to
Right.
12 max.
Right.
That means like half the time you have the ball, you're for sure punting. You're not scoring any points. We only average 18 points on offense, but we talked about that last week.
Right. Definitely lower in Big Ten too, is those possessions. Possessions are key and you don't want to run them
Mhm.
away.
And
All right.
and
Returns here, folks. We punted or no, punt returns. We had 16 returns on the season, 48 yards in total.
dude,
48 fucking yards in total. Average of 3 punt return yards, 121st in the nation.
that's
That's
bad.
that's that's damn near last in the nation. I think that's last in the nation on the NCAA list that I looked at. That's dead last in the nation. And we got to figure that out, man. I mean, Billy Kemp was there in there last year, and we even had him in when he was fucking injured, so we weren't even really trying to return it. But
And even if we had other people try to go in there when Kemp was hurt or whatever was happening, we still had a couple muff punts put us in
we
shitty
had one in the Iowa
situations.
game, right?
Yeah, there was a
Yeah,
couple of times. Yeah, Iowa got the ball at like inside the 15-yard line. Luckily, our defense stopped them. But
yeah.
what I mean, like, and then that just sucks for our offense because we're starting. I would love to see what our average starting yard was, and maybe we'll find that for next week. But I'm sure it was something terrible.
Yeah, dude. And just think, like you said, the defense saved us. If we didn't have a stellar defense and shit like that happened a lot this year, would have looked a lot worse on paper than it does. But
Mhm.
it's still 121st in the nation. Our opponent averaged 144, or sorry, they averaged 7.58 yards a return. So not anything crazy, but not amazing. Now
What do
kick
you rate Bushini and our special teams here?
Bushini, I mean, I'd rate him probably C minus to D.
Yeah. And then like our with our returns and stuff, I mean, honestly, our special teams overall is like a D, dude.
Yeah, just not good. Just not good. One more thing though, kickoffs, we averaged 18.19 yards a kickoff, 42 in the nation. That's not horrible. We had some sparks of life. Ramir Johnson had a couple back early in the season, but we need more on that. And then 23.93 average, number 14 in the nation for kickoffs that we kick to them. That's pretty fucking good. Kickoff return, good. So overall, Aaron, what do you give the special teams?
I
I'm gonna
mean,
go
like
D.
I feel like
D.
D. I feel like everything we
Yeah,
just said was D's, so it's like I'm not gonna fucking switch now.
yeah, yeah. Well, folks, episode 36 of the Husker Hype Radio Podcast. I gotta freaking pee.
Me too.
So we're out of here. As always, bleed red, shit cord,
Go
go
big
big
red.
red.
Ah!
Ah,